Good day, everybody. It's another day. It's another thought. I've been thinking about this one recently. This is actually a new one. I've never thought about this. It kind of hit me pretty hard the other day, and and it's the topic about discipline. So I try to be as disciplined as I can. You know, it's hard. You go through life and you do certain things, and you create these things in your life that you believe are disciplined, and you keep stacking these things. You stack on discipline, whether that's okay, I'm going to the gym. Okay, once you start going to the gym, I'm gonna eat healthy. Okay, I'm eating healthy now. I'm gonna change the stuff I do around my house. I'm gonna try to have a cleaner house. So I'm gonna try to read at night. And you stack on these disciplines that when you start them, they're difficult, right? They're hard because they're stuff that you weren't doing in the past. And once you start them, you continue to work at them, continue to work at them. And I think the one thing the epiphany that I just had, the thing that has really shaken me up lately is that disciplines are disciplines as long as they're hard. And as soon as disciplines become easy, they're just habits. So all of the stuff that I thought I was disciplined doing, I was, but now they're habits. So for example, going to the gym every day, that used to be hard, and now it's something I have to do. It's something, if I don't do, I don't feel good. Trying to eat healthy, it's a discipline to eat healthy, but now there's just a stuff I just don't eat, and there's stuff I continue to try to eat. So it's kind of reframing what a discipline is, and it's this thought that, and I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this. It's kind of taking time to rethink all of the things that you thought were hard and disciplined, and then changing that, because now it's okay. Going to the gym every day isn't hard, but having to go to the gym at 5 a.m. would be hard. So now maybe that's the thing I need to do, or 6 a.m. Let's say 6 a.m. Waking up early is hard. And maybe that's the thing I need to do. I need to change to reignite my discipline. And it's going through everything in my list. So let's say saving money. Like, to some people, maybe it's hard to save 20% of your income. Maybe that's difficult for them because they live so far above their means. And it would be discipline for certain people to save 20%. And it is discipline for certain people to save 20%. Some people can't save it at all. But I've been doing that for so long that it's easy. So what does that mean? It means it's not a discipline anymore. It's just something I do. And that's not hard, and that's not pushing myself. So now it's, okay, shit, maybe the discipline needs to be, you need to up your saving percent. Maybe it's 10%. Fuck, maybe it's 20%. Maybe I save 40%. That would be hard. That would be changing my life and saying, yo, you are doing something that other people aren't doing, and this is difficult, and you're pushing yourself to do it. And it's just like, that's one good major one. So, okay, saving 20%, I need to up that. Okay, working out, going to the gym every day. I need to, going to the gym every day used to be a disciplined thing to do, but now it's just the basic, the bare minimum. So now it's just a habit. So now I need to, hey, what is a more disciplined thing to do? More disciplined thing is, okay, let's wake up early. So let's say I'm gonna try to go to the gym before 7 o'clock. Get it done early in the morning, okay? Another disciplined thing to do is following a schedule, following a structured set of workouts so that I can track my process. Maybe it's taking progress notes, saying, hey, I did this lift, I did 100 pounds for 10 reps. And then the next lift, it's, hey, now I did this for that. And that's a more disciplined way to live your life. And let's say reading. Okay, I read when I can, I read when I want. A more disciplined version of that is every day I have to read this amount. Every day. Another one. And this one I've figured out with AI, and a lot of this stuff we can do with AI. So one of the things I did recently was with ChatGPT, I put all of my medical information in, and every time now I get a blood test, I do something regarding anything to do with medical. So I have the gene mutation test. Okay, so I have a gene mutation. Put that in there, and And I told ChatGPT, and I said, hey, these are my goals. This is how much I weigh. I'm a male. This is how tall I am. And this is my goals. Give me a structured vitamin list to take every day so that I can keep progressing. Bam. ChatGPT wrote this thing out. So I thought I was being disciplined by having all of these medications, or these vitamins, sorry, not medication. These vitamins, they're like, oh, I'll take a little bit of vitamin D every so often. I'll take magnesium. I'll take glycine. I'll take L-threonate. I'll take all these things, and I'm just taking them willy-nilly because I read something online. I'm like, yo, this is good for me. This should be good for me. This will help me. But it's changing it to say, yo, this is real. This is not just, oh, I read it. Gary Brecka said it, so I'm just going to take it. It's, hey, this is my actual blood test. These are my labs. This is the disciplined version of this. Is put that in there and say, what do I need to take to help me? What do I need to take to make myself better? And it did it. It gave me a vitamin list. A lot of them I already had. I was already taking. I wasn't taking them at the right time. I wasn't taking them at the right dose. Bam. Now I have AM. When you wake up in the morning, do this. PM. When you go to bed, before you go to bed, do this. And that's the discipline, is now taking those on that schedule. And I think all of us have things in our lives that we find that are we thought were our disciplines. And I think once a year, or maybe every half a year, every quarter, you have to go through everything that you thought you were pushing yourself in, and it's just become a habit. And I think that's kind of trying to re-optimize yourself. And it's not hard, because I think we all know the things that we are doing, and we all know if we're trying hard or not. We all know if it's easy. Whether that, and it's like, it can go so far. It can be disciplined. You can be disciplined in everything. And it's picking those stuff that you think are going to push the needle or move the needle, they say. And I think so many of us are, and I'm very susceptible to this as well, is putting all of these things on a list and just doing stuff that I put on the list, and not actually categorizing the list to say, what are the things that I need to do that's going to make me a better person, that's going to push me closer to my goal. And I think that's another thing where I should be disciplined in. It's, hey, how about you make a list, and how about you number them 1 to 10, and knock out the ones that, and 1 being the most important, 10 being the least important, and go down the list and knock out 1 to 10, because doing number 10 first because it's easier does not help you at the end of the day, because you've already made it a fact that number 1 is the most pertinent, the thing that needs to be done the most. So I won't make this video really any longer, but it's really going through our lives and looking at the things that we think we can be doing better, figuring out, hey, yeah, I was disciplined to start it, but now that I'm here, what can I do to make this a more disciplined task? What can I do to push myself a little bit? What can I do to try a little harder? What can I do to push myself into a flow state? What can I do to be 1% better today? And I think if everybody does that, if we all try to optimize for that, we will actually see visible difference in a lot faster way. There's a book and a person I've been kind of dabbling in reading, watching some podcasts about it, and he talks about 10x is easier than 2x. And I think it sounds crazy when you say it, but the real voice behind the message is, or the message behind the voice is, that a lot of us will try to achieve achievable things, the thing that's right there. Like again, every day it's like, oh, I'm taking my vitamins. But it's taking a step back and saying, what are the things I can do right now that will get me further? And really the 10x thing is, it's actually thinking so far ahead that you can't actually do it. So instead of, hey, I would like to double my income. Okay, so now I'm gonna work 2 jobs. No, it's, I wanna 10x my income. And if you have to 10x your income, you have to have a different mindset, a different thought, a different path, because you can't just work 10 times the 10 times the effort. You have to leverage yourself. You have to put systems in process. You have to do different things to make that work. So again, just changing the way you think. And this is a daily battle for me. Shit, this is why I'm doing these videos. This is for me to put stuff down on paper and put stuff down on YouTube to say, hey, I've thought about this. This just came through my head. Let's put it so I can come back and watch it later. But really, discipline. And not only discipline, but pushing yourself past discipline and realizing that discipline at a certain point, if you're disciplined for long enough, it becomes a habit. So you need to do a little more to actually make yourself disciplined. So I hope that hopefully resonated with somebody. If somebody is thinking about the stuff in their lives that they've thought have been disciplined and they've just kind of I can't get that word right now, that they've just been kind of doing for the last few years, and trying to tweak that and add a little bit more to it to say, hey, now I'm actually working. Now this is hard. Now let's make this easy. And that easy thing is going to be better for you. So, yeah, thanks for watching.